Okay, good evening and welcome everyone. My name is Murray Miller and I'm about to get started. I know we've got a lot of people still joining us, but we're going to start right on time. For those of you that are new and just being introduced to this business right now for the first time, welcome. We want to say we're excited to have you on the call. As I said, I'm excited to have you on the call, and I know that people are coming to us from many different backgrounds. You may have been introduced to this call tonight through social media, maybe through a friend or a colleague or even someone that you work with or a family member. Whatever the case may be, you're here, and for the next 30 minutes, we're going to provide you with some very powerful information, and hopefully it's the right place and right time in your life that you can take advantage of it. A little bit on my background. I've spent the last 30 years in the workforce, mostly as an entrepreneur. I currently run 3 separate companies, a college planning company, a financial planning company, and a software company. Those things are all wonderful businesses that I have, but I'm talking about the thing that keeps me the most excited right now, which is what I'm referring to as the 3-year retirement plan. If you haven't already logged online and you want to follow along with the slides that we have tonight, go ahead and point your browser to join.me/global exec, E-X-E-C, team. That's join.me/global exec team, and you can follow along with the slides that we have set up for you tonight. So with that, we've got a strong topic here we're going to be referring to as the 3-year retirement plan, and I'm really going to go through how you can set yourself up over the next 3 years to have a residual income that goes on with or without your efforts after you've built it. So for those people that are on the call tonight, and I know we've got everyone from college students to medical professionals, fitness professionals, business people, stay-at-home moms that are just rocking it right now. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Every walk of life, not just here in the United States, but we've got people on this call from all around the world, all around the globe, and that's what we're excited about. Everyone's calling in on a local number to them, and they're listening to us at different time zones. So we're excited to be here, and we're going to get started now. We're going to move right into what is a typical retirement plan and how do we save for retirement. First thing we do is we try to save a percentage of our earnings. Customary to try to save somewhere around 10%. Most people don't, but this is what the plan is when we start out. You should start out, as you've heard from lots of people, the younger the better, and hopefully someday you'll attain enough that you can retire in comfort, and hopefully with the level of income that you're already enjoying now, or maybe you are in your peak earning years. With that being said, employees are offered things like 401k plans, 403bs if you're working for the state or you're a teacher, a 457 plan for the government, stock options some employees get. These are ways that the corporations and the places we work help us save. If you happen to be a self-employed person or a business owner, you have self-employed retirement plans, IRAs, annuities, life insurance. These are how we save in traditional retirement. Now, my question to you, is there a flaw in this? Are there roadblocks that get in our way that don't allow us to retire when we want to retire? How about this? Consumer debt is at an all-time high. Think about what you have in the bank and think about what you have on your credit card statement. Hopefully, what you have in the bank is more than what you owe on your credit cards, but for most people, it's actually not. We're at an all-time high. The economy is not going through a rapid growth right now like it has in past years, so we're feeling the crunch of this, and what we're doing is people that are awarded stock options or get a bonus or have some extra money because they worked extra hours, they're taking that money and instead of saving it, they're paying off their debt. They're paying off their consumer debt. So this is obviously a retirement roadblock. How about health care costs? If you're paying for your own health care, you know what I'm talking about here. It's out of control, and yet our health is declining. We're not getting healthier, we're getting sicker. So there's a problem with the system here. This is a retirement roadblock. And interestingly enough, we're living longer than we ever have before, but we're not living healthy. So it costs more to live longer when you're not healthy. And there's the problem in itself, is people are afraid they're going to outlive their income. What about unemployment? Unemployment still at an all-time high. Underemployment, people taking work where they really don't want to take the job. It's less than what they're used to making or what they're qualified for, but they take it, because that's all that's available. That is happening rapidly. How about higher education? This is one of my businesses, one of my traditional businesses that I run right now. Staggering costs for education. You can spend anywhere from $30,000 to $60,000 a year educating a student per year. Take that times 4 or 5 years, which, by the way, is the average amount of time it takes a student to graduate with an undergraduate degree in our country, 5.4 years, actually. And you have an amazing amount of money that has to be saved or borrowed to pay for higher education. And parents are outliving their retirement savings. So our parents, the baby boomers' parents, are starting to outlive how much they save. So not only are they not going to pass on money to the next generation, they're not going to have enough money to live, and we're going to talk about that. So these are some of the retirement blocks that we're all facing right now. So is our current system working? Out of every 100 people at retirement age, 49 are dependent on family and charity. 29 will be dead, 12 will be broke, 5 will still be working, 4 will be financially independent, but only 1 out of 100 people at retirement will be wealthy. Well, I'm the type of person that likes to concentrate on the 1%, the one person that created wealth. So we dig a little deeper, and we find out, how did the wealthy become wealthy? What did they do to get to that point where their day-to-day efforts are incidental to how much money they earn or how much money they have? How did the 1% accumulate wealth? Well, we know that 10% of the people that accumulated wealth are the CEOs and presidents of large corporations. Yeah, stock options and bonus plans made these people rich. Well, if you're not a CEO or a president of a large company, maybe you're a famous athlete or entertainer. That's how the other 10% got wealthy and are able to retire in comfort. 10% did it the old-fashioned way. They got it from mom and dad. They inherited their money. That's only 30%. How about super salespeople? Yep, they account for about 5% of all the wealth that's been created out there. But here's the overwhelming majority. 65% of the people that have created wealth that are now in the 1% category did it by owning their own business. So we cracked the code. We figured it out. This is how you do it. You own a business and you can become wealthy. Well, wait a minute. Let's talk about owning a business. Can you break through some of the statistics you're about to see? Because there are huge barriers of entry when it comes to owning a small business. One is working capital. Each company that I started, I had to reach into my pocket and take somewhere between $75,000 and $150,000 and put it in the bank to get the company started. Why? I had to rent space. I needed to draw up contracts, legal contracts. I needed accountants. I had to hire employees. I had to buy insurance. These are all the things that are necessary when you're starting your own business. For some businesses, there's inventory. For most businesses, there's advertising. For almost every business, there's marketing. And then, of course, there's employees' taxes. And if you give your product or service away and then have to collect money later, you've got accounts receivables. It goes on and on and on. And 4 out of 5 of these businesses that start every year fail within the first 5 years, according to the Small Business Administration. So 4 out of 5 are going to fail. Those aren't good chances. They're not stacked in your favor, if you will. 1 in 100 companies make it past the 10-year mark. So, yeah, a lot of companies start up. A lot of people have the big dream, whether it's the American dream or the Australian dream or whatever it happens to be, where the country is that you live. The dream may be to own your own business, but your chances of succeeding are limited based on statistics. What about time? Does it take time to start these businesses? Can you just start a business and walk away? Most people can't. Most people have to work in their business as an employee and become a slave to it. They basically own their own job. Now, the question is, do you own your business or does your business own you? And those of you that have a small business know what I'm talking about. Think about this. What would happen if you got sick or stopped working, for 30 days? Let's just say you did it for 30 days. What would happen? Would your income continue? Would your business be there when you got back? Maybe not. So what I'm suggesting to you is there's got to be a different way to do this, and obviously you know that I'm going to be talking about it in just a few seconds. So So let's move on. What is the perfect business? Now, if you had to create a business, and all you business people on the line, you're going to kind of get a chuckle out of this, because when you see what I'm about to present to you, I think you're going to realize that this just is not possible. The perfect business to me would be a business that had no inventory, it had no overhead, no accounts receivable, no legal, no accounting, none of the traditional things that I have in business. I would want to be in an industry that was growing. I don't want to be in a flat or declining industry. I want to be in a rapidly expanding industry. That would be in the perfect business. I want to have time leverage. Is that even possible? You know, when you have employees working for you, you take a small percentage of their productivity and keep it for yourself. That was J. Paul Getty's theory, one of the wealthiest businessmen and investors in this world, in this country, around the world as well. And he said, if I could take 1% of 100 men's efforts instead of 100% of my own, I'd be a happy camper. That's the way that I want to live my life, and that gives me time leverage. How about following in the footsteps of leadership and growth? Corporate leadership and exponential growth is really what you want to position yourself in front of in a business that you want to start. You also want to be somewhere where there's a lucrative compensation plan. And if it has a team-building concept where like-minded people can lock arms and build together, it makes it that much easier to build your business and to have success. Do you want to be in one market and a prisoner to your geography? Or would you like to have an opportunity to expand, not just outside of your local area where you live and work within a 15-mile radius, but how about outside of your state? How about outside of your country? Would you like to earn income from other places around the world? That would be part of a perfect business plan, in my opinion. And last but not least, I would want to get into a proven residual income situation. Residual income is by far the most powerful form of income because it doesn't depend on you. It's not leveraged income. Leveraged income is good, but residual income is the best because it continues long after the work is done. Is there such a thing as this perfect business? There is. And you're going to hear about it right now. You're going to hear about it from guys like Robert Kiyosaki, who says the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for a job. Front cover of a magazine just recently introduced by Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki says, why we recommend network marketing. Two businessmen from traditional business backgrounds that are recommending our industry. Why? There's some game changers involved here. Anybody look at this guy and say, yeah, he looks a little bit familiar? He should. His name is Bill Gates. He changed the world. And he said, if I was given a chance to start it all over again, I would choose network marketing. Now, why would Bill Gates choose network marketing? Well, things have changed. Things have changed drastically. Since my 21-year-old daughter was born, life has changed completely. We just barely had mobile phones when she was born, and they were about the size of my lamp, and we didn't have the internet, but we do now. And guys like Mark Zuckerberg and Stephen Jobs have made a huge difference in the way this industry works, not just the way the world works. Social media and mobile technology is the perfect fit for network marketing. Why? Because I can do business around the world from the palm of my hand, and everyone knows on this phone call and on this call tonight that that's true. And you can do it for free. You can do it with Viber, you can do it with WhatsApp, you can do it with Skype, you can send videos via YouTube, you can contact friends on LinkedIn, you can have groups on Twitter and Facebook, and you can build an amazing business in network marketing like we've never done before. Many of you on this call tonight heard about us through social media. Many of you that are involved with us heard about us through social media. This wasn't available 5 years ago. It's made a huge difference in the way that we do business. I'd like to introduce to you Isagenix International. Isagenix is a company that is leading the network marketing industry. They are breaking records, and they are on a track to do a huge amount of sales in a very short period of time. They have solutions to transform lives, impact world health, and become the largest nutrition, health, and wellness company in the world. This company has a corporate vision to do over $75 billion in sales worldwide. Guys, the thing that's most exciting about this vision is that we are not even at 1 billion yet. We haven't even reached 1 billion in annual sales. We're close. We're going to get there over the next 2 years, but we haven't even reached that yet. And the corporate leadership at this company has already stated this is where this company is headed. And there are literally dozens, hundreds, and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that have experienced unbelievable results with these products, unbelievable results with this business. And you're going to be able to tap into that and learn more about that as we go along. You know, this just came in. I took a picture of this with my phone, this newsletter that we get once a month. This is the August newsletter, and it looks like a bunch of regular people on the front cover. And I started to examine it, and I've met all these people personally, all super people, all from completely different backgrounds. What was most interesting to me is when I started to examine it a little closely, yeah, they're all ordinary people, but they've all achieved extraordinary results through the product and through the business. Each one of them is a 7-figure income earner. These are all independent people. They don't work for Isagenix, they work for themselves, and they're all earning over $1 million a year. Each one of them over $100,000 per month. This is what's possible with residual income. And you know what? I talked about the 3-year retirement plan. We're going to get back to that. That's the theme tonight. It took all of these people between 2 and 5 years to get to where they're at today. Between 2 and 5 years. So if you're thinking to yourself, well, wait a minute, how long is this going to take me? Can I do this? Let me answer some of those questions for you. If you want to hyper-accelerate your retirement plan, let's talk about the 3-year plan and why it takes 3 years. First of all is because of exponential growth. Exponential growth is simply the concept of a penny doubling every day for a 30-day month. The first day it's a penny. It doubles the second day to 2 cents. It doubles the third day to 4 cents, 8 cents, 16 cents, 32 cents, and so on. At the end of 10 days, it's $10. But what's interesting, if we liken this and we move it over into a time equation, those first 10 days could equal your first year in this company. The second 10 days, it turns from $10, not 20, 30, or 40, or 80, but it turns into $10,000. And by the 30th day, you've created a residual income stream because now you go from 10,000 to 10 million. It's absolutely incredible what happens as this exponential growth takes place. Time freedom. It allows us to do what we want to do, when we want to do it, with who we want to do it, as much as we want to do it, wherever we want to do it, and that is the key. That is the key, to create that residual income that allows you that time freedom. So if you're thinking to yourself 17 minutes into this call, okay, this all sounds great, but can I do this? Is retirement really possible and not in my 80s? Absolutely it's possible. But there's a couple of characteristics that all the leadership in this company have in common. They're positive. They're positive individuals. They have a strong work ethic, and they have a big why. Why do they want to do it? Whether they want to help others, they want to give to charities, they want to have their own personal success, they want to help family or friends, or they want health. Whatever it is, they have a very big why. And I will tell you, when you get started in this business, your first 90 days are absolutely crucial to getting started right. And I'm going to throw in a little plug for tomorrow night, because if you're planning on joining us by the end of this call, tomorrow night is when you can plug into our 90-day game plan with my wife, Susan Miller. Powerful businesswoman, extremely successful, and she's going to take you through exactly what you need to do to get to the next level. I'll explain that in just a minute. You know, this is an uncommon opportunity, and according to Bill Gates, if we don't act on a good idea within 24 hours, we are less than 50% likely to ever act on it. And if we haven't acted on it inside of just a few days, then we are less than 2% likely to ever act on it in our lives. You have something in your hands here that you need to investigate. I'm hoping I caused you enough maybe irritation or aggravation just to say, I need to find out if this guy is talking the truth. What if this guy is right? What if this is the opportunity that I've been looking for? What can I expect if I get involved? Is there a better way to do this? First of all, in the first 12 months, working part-time, 10 to 20 hours. Many people, and they're on this call tonight listening in, earn between $50,000 and $100,000. That is extremely possible in this company. As a matter of fact, we have some people, even a stay-at-home mom on this call, that earned over $200,000 in her first 12 months. Now, for my wife and I, and Susan started the business, and I am busy with my own companies. I believed in what she was doing. I was feeding her leads of people that I thought would be good for the business, but she really started the business, and over the first calendar year, we started in the month of March. In the first calendar year, we earned $30,000. She did that part-time, which wasn't bad. But the interesting thing is, if you take the first 12 months, not just the first calendar year, and you add those last 3 months, January, February, and March, her first 12 months, it went from $30,000 to $90,000. Still part-time. The penny doubling, right? What is possible in the second 12 months up to 24 months? Mid-six figures. Let me tell you what happened in our second year. In our second year, we were able to go from $90,000 to over $400,000. We are not special. As a matter of fact, I will tell you, Susan put her nose to the grindstone. She came out of retirement after 15 years, and she just started doing what we're doing right now, telling people the story, telling people about the products, telling people about the business, and it grew and grew and grew and started to grow exponentially. And that's what's taking place for so many others in this company. What's possible within 3 years? High six figures, 36 months or less. It's all part of what you do. But at the bottom here, you'll see in bold print, max out one business center, and it's over $700,000 in residual income. You'll learn about what a business center is. I will tell you, there are many, many people in this company that have built one business center and already building a second and third and fourth business center. Our sponsors, Herb and Patty, they're already on to their third business center. One of the highest income earners in the industry, highest in this company. And it took them over 5 years to get to their first million. But they did their second million in less than 2 years, and they're now on their way to their third million, which we'll do in less than 1 year. Why? Exponential growth, timing of the company, they're built up, they're capitalizing. People are coming in the business now that have been in less time than Herb and Patty and are going to pass them. Everything has to do with what you personally put into this. Susan and I plan on maxing out one business center by the end of our third year. That is our goal. This is not about us. This is about you. How do you stack the deck in your favor? What do you have to do? Remove yourself from the economy. Put yourself into a situation where you can take control of your financial future. Tap into Isagenix exponential growth and their company momentum as we go from small to big and become a household name. Take advantage of our 12-year proven track record. Know that the company is proven. They've already got it out there. They've done $2.5 billion in cumulative sales since they've been in business. They're going to double that over the next 3 years. Can you imagine what it took them 12 years to do? They're now going to do in about a third of the time, maybe even a quarter of that time. You're involved at the right place at the right time right now. We've got an in-house research and development group of 25 full-time PhD scientists that are leading cutting-edge products into the marketplace, products that help us every day, help us feel fit, give us energy, help us lose weight, help us age healthy. Those are the things that we're offering to people worldwide, and we're dominating the industry, and that's why the company's going to go from $500 million in sales this year or 600 or 700 million where we end up to probably $75 billion over the next 20 or 25 years. Can you imagine being part of that, being part of the largest health and wellness company in the world? That's what this is. Over 100-plus independent millionaires. I think we hit just 114. There's not a 12-year-old company that can boast 114 independent millionaires working for the company. And we're probably going to triple that in the next 3 years. So, I mean, the cards are on the table. I mean, I've got someone on this call, and I'm hoping, Kevin, you can hear me and you can unmute, because I would love to have you. I know you've got a lot of people on the call tonight, and you're just getting this started. You started on the products. Kevin, can you unmute yourself? Can we hear you?
I hope so.
Maybe not. Oh, there he is. Holy cow, that worked. I love when technology works. I'm doing great, Kevin. Kevin is calling in from down in Texas. Kevin and I have been business associates for a number of years. He started using the products. He saw me at a couple of different events that we went to. He asked me what was going on because he noticed that I was looking a little leaner than I had been in the past. I told him about Isagenix. I told him about the products. He said, I want some of that. Him and his wife got started on the products, and we invited him to come to one of the major events that we had last year in Las Vegas, and things changed, right, Kevin? I mean, Kevin has a lot of experience in business, very successful in the telecom industry, very successful in the financial planning industry, and you're spending time doing this, Kevin, inviting people to hear about this story. Can you give us just a brief overview of what you see and why you're here?
Absolutely. I think hands down, it's the best business opportunity I've seen in years. As you said, I'm an entrepreneur. I've got about 20 years of entrepreneurial experience. I've looked at a lot of businesses. I've had a lot of businesses. Some have been great successes, some not so much. And I've learned what to look for in a business. And I firmly believe that Isagenix is one of the best opportunities for anyone. And if you're an entrepreneur, it's a great opportunity. If you're not an entrepreneur, it's an excellent opportunity because you don't have to be an entrepreneur to succeed at this. But if you just look at the numbers and look at the residualized income as one of the biggest drivers for me. And as we're talking about retirement, you mentioned financial services, and you and I are both exist in that market space. And it is an area where time and time again we see people who are in serious trouble. We see people who know they're in trouble, and then we also see a lot of people who think they're doing pretty good, who think they're not going to have a problem in retirement, and then you show them the numbers and show them the reality, and they realize, wow, I thought I was doing good and I'm not. So we live in an environment where taxes are going up, medical costs are going up, the stock market is more volatile than ever before, the cost of living is going up, inflation's going up, but what's happening to our wages as employees of companies? Our wages are staying flat. And if you just run the math on that, we are about to see an economic crisis for America and in a lot of cases globally because people are living longer. It's just there's not going to be enough money. So the idea of being able to accumulate enough assets by the time you're 55 or 60 years old to live the rest of your life on is just laughable these days. And the only way that I see for the average American or average person around the world to be able to do this is to build a residualized income stream that you can take in retirement so you can continue to earn in retirement in the dollars of the day. If you look at the business side of it, it's just a phenomenal opportunity. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I continue to tell people about it.
Evan, I appreciate everything you said, and it rings true for me. There are a lot of people on the call. I mean, I'm in my early 50s. Kevin, you're in your 40s. There are people in this call in their 30s, 20s, just getting started out. My wife just got off a phone call with my daughter, who's living in New York for the summer at an intern. She's got one more year of college, and she's doing her internship. And she said to my wife tonight, she said, Mom, I'm not going to say no to corporate America. I'm going to say hell no to corporate America. I can't even believe what people do to make a living, 9 to 5, and what I have in front of me, the opportunity I have to travel and build teams and work in an environment that is creative and positive and make money beyond my wildest dreams. And you know what? It's not just us, Kevin, the ones that are sick and tired that have been kicked in the teeth. It's also young people starting out. They see the writing on the wall. So it's exciting. I mean, as I close on these last few slides, let me just make it clear to you that when we talk about an opportunity like this, you have the opportunity to involve yourself if you want to, or not involve yourself. That's a choice. It's a personal choice. But if you do, I will tell you that you should experience the products first. First and foremost, put these products in your body. Watch what happens. Feel the difference from the Isagenix products. That's really what's driving the whole opportunity. The business is amazing, but without the products, we don't have a business. So that's the first thing, is to try the products for yourself. Second thing is I tell everyone, begin part-time. This is not something you quit your job or sell your business and start full-time. Most people start part-time and work deliberately. What does that mean? You commit a certain amount of time every week to your Isagenix business, whether it's 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. Cut out the hours, put them on the calendar, and work deliberately. There's nothing wrong with doing business in the pockets of your life. If you meet someone and you want to introduce them to the business and send them to the website or something like that, that's fine. But specify certain time and give yourself time to be successful. Be coachable. Be willing to go through this process and follow our proven scalable system. And that's the key, that it's scalable, that you can build it and you can continue to build it and it can continue to grow through this duplication model that we've set up. And always, always start with the end in mind. What is your goal and where do you want to be? What do you see yourself doing? We're big into goal setting and we can help you with that. And last but not least, make a commitment of 36 months if you get started to make no judgments on the business. Just do what the people before you have done that have become successful, follow the leader, and commit to 36 months, and then pop your head up and say, what is going on? I cannot believe that Susan and I have been involved in this business 28 months already. It seemed like yesterday that we said yes, but it's been 28 months, and what's happened has been nothing short of amazing. The first step is always the hardest, and according to Robert Kiyosaki, he says, knowing you need to make a change isn't enough. You've got to find the guts to do it. And the guts to do it means make a decision, get on the products. It's not that hard. You're not making a life-changing decision to try products that are only going to help you, which, by the way, come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you risk nothing. You have to eat anyway. Join our group. We're known as the Global Exec Team. You know, we like to say we get fit, get focused, get free. This is the 3-year retirement plan for residual income, and this is your invitation to join us. Same time, same number, tomorrow night, Susan's going to do the 90-day game plan. So if you want to get started, talk to the person you've invited here. We have several different packages to choose from. A lot of people choose the President's Pack. Some people choose the Total Pack because they want to try everything. Choose a package. Have your person that is invited you onto the call enroll you into the program and be on our call tomorrow night to get this thing kicked off and join us. We invite you to join us. We'd love to have you. I hope you got a lot out of this call. We're going to end the call now. And again, I want to thank all of you people for listening in and hanging in there. I didn't see hardly, well, there goes one person. That's the first person that left the call since we've been on it. So that's a good thing. That means that we had a lot of people paying attention. Thanks for being on the call. Good night, everyone.